Welcome to Find You Fridays. Alrighty, so let's get busy. Let us get all the little bits and bobs done that require to be done. All right. Alrighty. Okay. Share out there. Oh, goodness. Okay, copy that. Chop that up in there. Share that there. Okay, and cool bananas. And then let us share. Okay. Little elephant walk. Who would have thought? Okay, let me get rid of that lovely little bit there, and hopefully that works nicely. Okay. Hi, Melinda. I'm guessing that you're maybe there. Let's get into sharing the shares, sharing it out, doing the do. Now, I don't know. You guys can be a little bit funny, so we'll see what happens with you guys. Um, Thank you. Right. I think that's all that I wish to share. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you, Jody. I appreciate you and all that you be. You guys must be super happy you're nearly done with the whole moving thing. Those are moving. I get to do my moving in, let's see, we are today the 14th. So in 1 week's time, in 2 weeks' time, I will be in my new abode. How exciting is that? All right. So let's have a look at a weekly reading for this week. Who wishes to come and play? Okay. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I need to jump over and just hop into the community tab page. Make sure that we're all good over there. Beautiful. Okay. Woo. We've got jumpy cards already. I'm loving my hair today. She's doing beautiful things. She's much settled after her haircut last week. There's always that moment after a haircut where your hair, especially if you've got curly hair, where it just goes, and it takes a little while to settle down. Hair product helps a lot. All right, so let me just pop that one across the bottom. Okay. Alrighty, so let's have a weekly reading for the collective, which will also include the new moon from next week, Tuesday/Wednesday. Okay, so what is the best way for us as a collective to work with these energies of this new moon? And for all the other energies, the planetary energies, the collective energies, what is the best way for us to work with that? What do we require to be aware of? Interesting. Hello, darling. How are you? Lovely to have you with us. With me. So lovely to have you here, Catherine. All right, so we're doing our weekly reading. And is there another card to come out of it? No, there is another card coming from somewhere. Where do you wish to come from? Okay, that's interesting. Don't usually have that. How's your week been? How's your week been? Beautiful Catherine? How has it been? Has it shown up some really interesting energies for you? Have you had to remember to really dive into the nurturing of you? All the clears popping up, clearing your space? Has that been something that's been in your world? Oh, that's so funny. Oh, hello. Okay. So let's have a look at this weekly reading going from the 15th of July through to the 21st of July. And first of all, we've got that we are to listen to our inner guidance. The wisdom dwells within. So this actually came out inverted. So be really super aware of where you are blocking your inner wisdom and your guidance with listening to things that are not your inner guidance. So listening to the thoughts, feelings, and opinions of others other than yourself and your actual true heart. Like, just be aware of where you're diving into other people's stuff and not being true to you, because that's why it's inverted. We might get a little bit swept up this week in the BS of other people. And if you've got things happening in your world, if you're making some choices that perhaps others don't necessarily understand, they will judge you for that. Be aware of it and let it go so that you can go back to just listening to your inner wisdom. Very, very important. So the next card that we've got is to rediscover source. And this is about coming home and come alive. So with this, source is all around us, okay? At one point in time, source was considered Mother Earth, Father Sky. At another time, it was called God. At another time, it's called Buddha. At another time, it was called, all the gods and goddesses of ancient Greek and Roman times. And there's so many different names for source, but it's all one and the same. So I actually have no qualms now about interchanging those names, whatever works for you. So remember to come home and come alive. So often, so this card is showing me like we're so scattered, we're so like out everywhere else. It's time to come back to here, to your heart. And with that, of bringing those energies back and bringing those connection points back home, you will have way more energy, way more aliveness. You'll have more clarity. You'll remember who source is. And at the end of the day, the source is actually you. Because you are part of the collective. You are part of source. You are part of the magic that is within you. And so often we seek our guidance, our awareness outside of ourselves, but at the end of the day, it's all here. And the only thing that actually really matters is the unconditional love, and the unconditional love is there at all times. It's there with source, it's there with Mother Earth and Father Sky. It's all around us at all the things we do and touch. Unconditional love flows through absolutely every part of that. So remember, come back to that. This is a conversation that has been really up in my world in many different aspects with different people. It's learn from your mistakes, grow into greater wholeness. And what this card is saying to me is, what if your mistakes, and I'm putting the inverted commas, mistakes, were not actually mistakes at all? What if every single choice that you made, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the awesome, was exactly what was required for you to get to where you are today? For you to be able to shift and move and process and change and, heal a lot of the things that you came into this world with. Maybe you have soul contracts that you had to release. Perhaps you had some karmic stuff that you had to sort out already. Perhaps you had your greatest purpose was around shifting the collective from the 3D up to the 5D and beyond. But to do that, you had to go through the muck of the 3D and all of the trauma, the drama, the horridness of that to be able to then go to the 5D and beyond, and to welcome into your world some pretty freaking amazing people. But to be able to get to that point of being able to receive those people, you had to do some healing for you, and you had to comprehend how much healing that you had to do. So the message for this week is, please reframe every time you go into judgment around your past choices, whether they be with people or money or jobs or whatever, food, alcohol, drugs, whatever. So I'm just going to say, even the alcohol and drugs thing, right? What if you had to go through that process of addiction? Alcohol, drugs, food, shopping, gambling, whatever it is. What if you had to go through that process to then be the guiding light for others to be able to know that they can do it too? Perhaps that was part of your training ground. I know I've had a pretty bloody extensive training ground. I'm glad I didn't have to do drugs and alcohol and smoking to get there, but I have had my own addictions. My biggest addiction was probably people pleasing. I had a massive addiction to people pleasing, and that in itself created a lot of pain and trauma in my world. But it's okay, because I healed from that. I realized what was going on, and I allowed myself the chance to choose something different. The next one that we've got is this one here, which is an interesting one to come up given what other cards we've had today. But it's use your anger, and it's inverted. And this is use your anger, inner fire sparks outer action. Okay, so really often we shy away from our anger. We shy away from the potency of anger. And with that comes a squashing of consciousness, of squashing of our awareness, and of squashing of the truth that is you. Now, I'm not saying that you go out there and run a rampage on everybody, because that's probably not going to help either. But we can, as it says at the bottom here, of inner fire sparks outer action. If you use that anger and redirect the potency of that energy, remembering it's just energy, all of our emotions are energy. So if we take that energy and go, fuck, there's a lot of potency with that. How can I best use that to create something that will make more in my world, will create greater in my world? How can I do that? Right, okay. Then you'll start getting some awarenesses around that. What else can I choose now? How can I work with this in a greater creative sense? And using that inner fire, that anger of, when something is up in your world and it's an injustification, or, somebody's been hurt that you love dearly, that you can use the anger that you feel about that and direct it in a way that is going to create a lot of good in the world. But if we internalize the anger, if we try and squash it all down and pretend it doesn't exist and all that sort of stuff, all that's going to happen is it's going to hurt you. And it's going to create a lot of toxicity in your body, and therefore it's going to start coming out of your mouth. It's going to start coming out of your vibration, of your energies, and it's going to make it so that the people around you will start responding to that anger without you even talking about it. I used to hide my anger. I used to hide my frustration. I used to, I didn't realize for many, many years that I was absolutely furious. And I mean furious at the world, at certain people within my world. And it wasn't until I started to really work through and comprehend the fact that I was angry, because I had played happy, bubbly for so long, that when the rage and the fury did start to come out, funnily enough, I can talk about this because he's passed now. It was with my second husband's dad. And he, had run roughshod over my partner for many years. And I just couldn't stand for it. It was like, no, I care really so much about my partner. You don't get to do that to him. Not on my watch. This is not fucking happening. And in the last couple of years that I was with that partner, his dad used to call me the angry little Kiwi. And I'm like, yep. So what are you going to do today to piss me off? And the blessing of that was that he actually started to uncork a lot of that deep down anger that I'd had from my young childhood days. And we did sort of joke about it a little bit. And he is one person who, to this day, as much as he could be a right fuckhead, I still had a lot of respect for him and all that he had to deal with too. He had a lot of pain and a lot of trauma that he was dealing with on a daily basis. And for that, I respected him deeply. He was exposed to some pretty fucking toxic situations in his life, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody. So, yeah, it's a funny one though. The last card that we've got for this reading is Clear Sentience. So the clears are coming up again this week. So notice your reoccurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. All right, so if you're in a situation where it feels like this is too good to be true, what if it's not? What if all of that stuff that you've been through, all of those quote unquote mistakes, is exactly where you're meant to be now? What if it's not too good to be true? So I would just encourage you to notice the other feelings and thoughts that are going through your heart and your body and your mind, and allow yourself the space to receive, my friends, because it's your potency and your capacity to receive is going to be increasing, whether you like it or not. Just saying, it's going to keep coming at you. And the only way to have more ease with it is to just lower those barriers and just be willing to go into your heart space and open out. Okay, so that is what I highly recommend for you all. Come back to love, come back to the present moment, and you will see that things will start to shift and change really quickly and dynamically in your world. Trust you. Trust what you're receiving. Trust all those little things. Like, so often we get into our heads the projections and the expectations of how something is supposed to turn out. And, like I've been married twice and divorced twice. Both times I could have sworn to you that I was going to grow old with these people. But it didn't work out that way. And that's okay. Because we served a purpose in each other's world. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. All right. So how are we all doing? I hope you enjoyed that lovely reading. It's going to be an interesting week. It's going to be an interesting week. What have I chosen today? Oh, peppermint and licorice today. Peppermint and licorice. All right. Well, seeing as... Oh, where is that book? Yay! Seeing as we've had no donations just yet, I am going to jump down and let us do some gratitude book readings, okay? Here we go. Alrighty, so you know the dealio. Pick a number between 1 and 88. First number that pops into your head, not necessarily your favorite number, because a favorite number might not actually match. So, so yes, if you have burning questions. Hi, Tina. Lovely to see you. H6? No. Did you mean 86? Is that what you mean? I don't have an H6. We're not playing a Scrabble bingo or bingo, or what is it? Oh yeah, battleships. H6 battleships. That's an old school game, isn't it? Oh, just 6. Okay, good to know. All right. So let's have a look at number 6 for Tina. Tina, no. Tanya. Oh, Lordy. I've had a very nourishing, nurturing day today. So just forgive me if my words are a little bit... I've had a mostly PJ day. I've had a day of I did a face mask. I had my bars run. I went for a walk down at the beach. I watched the sunset. I was able to enjoy some of that time with a delicious other person and just had a bloody good afternoon, day, evening. I got plenty of washing done. I fixed something on the house that I just wanted to fix it before I move out. I didn't have to. It's not my job to, but I chose to do it anyway. Yeah, it's just been a really good day. So, Tanya, how come? You picked how come? How come we love? We almost always get hurt. How come there are wars? Too many people get killed. How come people get drunk? They only do stupid things. How come we argue? Feelings get hurt. How come the media focuses on thin bodies? Most people aren't like that anyway. How come everything revolves around money? There's so much poverty in the world. How come there can't be peace? It would make living easier. How come we can't love freely? No one would feel pressured. How come we can't live in a money-free world? It would be easier to learn. Oh, little did I know what was going to happen with that. Anyway, how come we can't share? Everyone would be happy. How come? So I'm getting that you're asking a lot of questions at the moment, and you're flipping between the realization of the contraction of the 3D world and also the desire to be in the 5D. So what I would recommend to you is, number one, get a book called Waking in 5D. If you haven't read it or listened to it yet, I highly recommend it. It is by Maureen St. Germain, and that is all about waking up and being present in the 5D world. It is here, it is available now, but it also gives you some really great advice on how to work with the energies of the 3 while you move through the 4 to the 5. Because the 4D space is the very emotional space. It's a space where it can be a bit traumatic and a little bit like Neighbours and all of the soap operas all smushed together. Like this heightened sense of all the emotions. So be aware that going through that space can be a little bit funky. But when you sit in the 5D space, what happens is everything just calms. And a lot of these questions that you're asking right now are related to the awareness of the 5D and the desire to be there, but at the same time, having both feet still in the 3D world and feeling rather uncomfortable about that. So this is really great for you. This is a good time. And keep coming back to your heart. Keep coming back to what you know is true for you. Breathe, expand out, let go of the stuff that no longer serves you. And yes, some of that's going to be really uncomfortable. There's a lot of shifts and changes happening in the world right now around old belief systems. I've been dropping mine like flies. And there is some things that you will only be able to process and work through when you're on your own, and some that will only be able to be done with other people, whether it be friends or family or partners or whatever. There'll be certain things that will crop up with certain groups of people. So don't be surprised if stuff is up in your world and it's creating some irritation. That's totally normal right now. And just keep coming back to what you know is true for you. Keep coming back to your heart. Keep coming back to to the present moment and looking forward. Like, just try and remain in that space rather than looking too much at the past. Okay? Hope that helps, my sweet. And also, as the lovely Brooke talks about just cord cutting and all that sort of stuff, I do my own process with all that sort of thing. But it's same. Nice moving of energy. Well done. Alrighty, next. Who do I have next? Catherine. Nope. Sorry, Edwina at 43. 43. Edwina, hi, lovely. Oh, okie dokie. Tanya, I know it's a pretty amazing time. It truly is. And I look forward to seeing how everybody progresses through it, because I know it's a bit rough out there at the moment, but there are so many big, beautiful moments as well. Like, just keep coming back to, and this is for everybody, not just Tanya. Also, keep connecting in with Mother Earth. Get out of your house, go for a walk, touch some nature, be it a bush on the hedge of somebody's fence, or admiring some flowers, or looking at the sunset in all of her glory. And don't forget to turn around and look in the other direction too, because as the sunset goes on one side, it also changes colors on the other. It's all there to give to you the space of peace. And if you're in a place that's not by the beach, then getting out and being with the birds and the trees, or at a stream or a river, or I don't think any of my viewers are in the desert, but you never know. And even if you are, there's still a lot of beauty in the desert too. So, hi, Julie. Oh, no, I'm still in my house at the moment. We've got another week and a half here as such. But next week we'll be in a different space. I'll be in I'm floating up there gently. Oh, Julie, that's beautiful. I'm so glad you did. The waves were gentle little rolling waves here in Adelaide, so it was really neat to see them too. It was a little bit breezy, but not overly so. It was just a gentle breeze, but enough to kick up, those little waves that sort of roll into shore. It was really lovely. Really, really lovely. So yeah, the moving is happening, but the big move happens in the last week of the month. So from the 24th onwards. But next week I will be not here for I'll be on Find You Fridays, but not in this space. I'll be in a different place next week. So Edwina, paths and fate. After all these years, could it be so? Could I still be in love? The ache in my heart says yes. The voices around me say it would be a mistake, but then I've always made my own way. I have loved another so completely, but still, I love you. We have both grown in our feelings, minds, and wisdom, and once again our paths have crossed. This time, I think, we need to do something to put my heart at ease. Fate is trying its hardest to push us together, and sometimes it's best to flow freely with fate. I have come to a place of peace in my life, of understanding and of patience, and I feel that you have too. This may be a sign that at last we are ready for each other, and that this world and the people in it are ready for us. Edwina, there are certain lines that are sticking out in this. This isn't necessarily about a returning love. It could be for you, but I'm sort of getting maybe not. There is certain words in here that are really pertinent to you, in that you have grown in your feeling, mind, and wisdom, especially the wisdom, that there's still a lot of hard work that you're having to do right now to put it at ease. And there's stuff coming up around old trauma that is asking to be seen and heard. I'm getting a bit of inner child work would be really, really helpful for you at the moment. And that it's really important for you to flow freely with fate. That's a bit of a tongue twister for me today. If you do, you will come to that place of peace, that place of peace in your life, and with understanding and the patience, and that the world is ready for you. It's only you that's stopping you. Okay? You're allowing other people's voices in your head to take up rent, and it's time to let all of that go. It really, truly is. Like, this is something that is very prevalent, and people have far too many freaking opinions. I remember, funny how Adrian's coming back in again. So my previous partner's dad, who I used to have a lot of with, he had this beautiful saying. He said, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. So at the end of the day, you've got to come back to what is true for you. Where is your heart space? What is necessary for you to find that place of peace and calmness and centeredness in your life? And if you keep asking those questions that are open and not going into the judgment of you, you will find that. You'll find that with a lot more ease. Okay? So then you will be ready. You will be ready. And also, you don't have to be at 100% to be ready for a delicious other person to be in your life and in your world. There was a beautiful video I saw of Brené Brown. If you don't know who she is, she's a pretty freaking amazing inspirational speaker. And I think she's got a lot of qualifications around relationship and counseling and stuff like that too. And she said she was talking about when she comes home, or her and her partner come home at the end of the day, they sort of come in and they greet each other, and then they said, okay, where are you at today? And they talk about percentages. And it's like, yep, I'm a solid 80 today, and the other person will go, well, actually, I'm only about, 20%. I've had a really tough day today. It's been stressful and all. My energy levels are real low. I haven't really got more than 20%. And then the other person goes, great. Well, between the two of us, we've got our 100% together. So, and when they both are low, they sit down and they talk about it and then go, okay, well, what is the best way for us to achieve what needs to be done today or requires to be done today from that space of kindness, caring, and nurturing. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Brian. From the space of kindness, caring, and nurturing, and not ripping each other down and ripping each other apart. What do we require to do today? And that's how they function on a daily basis. That takes effort, And this is what we require to be with ourselves. It's like when you walk in the door at the end of the day, how do you check in with yourself? Do you check in with yourself? And I'm saying check in, not chicken. I know my accent can sometimes get people a bit funny. I'm not talking about the squawkers. I'm talking about your heart, your mind, your body. Do you take a moment to just stop, see where you're at, ask your beautiful body, truth, what do you desire to do today? What do you desire to eat tonight? Do you desire to eat? What is it that would create the most for you today? It's quite often something that I'll do when I'm still in my car. I'll sit there and I'll just, after all the other stuff is done and my paperwork is done and I'll ask my body, what do you require to do? What do you desire to do? And do those two things match? Do my energy levels match? All right. I hope that helps, beautiful soul. And next we have Catherine at 72. You're welcome, Edwina. I hope that helps. I truly do. There's a lot of beautiful resources out there that can help, but yeah, I'm certainly sensing for you there's still some heart stuff going on, and keep tapping in, keep going back there. Just all right. Catherine at 72. Oh, I love this poem. I really do. Oh, but let's see what it means for you today. Morning sky. The fiery red sky reflected from the golden glow below. The red blip distracting from the flow of gold, easing out into the valley like a long snake unfurling from slumber. So, Catherine, this is a really scrumptious and delicious poem. And what I'm seeing and here for you is there is this beautiful glow that is coming from within. with you at the moment. And if you can't quite feel it yet, it's coming. So there's a fire of passion, of sensuality, of deliciousness, of creativity, of being able to connect in with yourself, with the world around you in a way that probably you haven't experienced in either a very long time or not at all, up until for this lifetime anyway. There's a sense that there's some other past lifetimes that are starting to weave their magic through you and through your body, and it is helping you to unfurl and grow and awaken in a way that is going to really shift and change your world to something quite dynamically. Whether it happens in a very quick, sharp sense or gentle, I can hope for you that it is gentle, but sometimes even the quick, sharp senses of awakening or upgrading is a blessing too. It's a bit of a rough ride sometimes. So let's see if I can tap in. Oh, it might be a bit of a rough one for you. So with this next upgrade, let me see if I can see. Okay, I'm getting within the next month or so, there will be some pretty big upgrades for you happening. And you're being reminded to remain in that space of wonderment, of taking a breath, of standing in your vulnerability and in your quote unquote nakedness, and being really comfortable with that. Knowing that this is all for the greater good of you, of the collective, and that whatever it is that is coming through is absolutely required. It's required for you to be able to move into your next version of you. And this upgrade, she might be a bit bumpy. It might come through as, it may appear as a very sudden exhaustion. It may appear as rippling through your body. It might appear as a cold or a flu-like symptom, but nobody around you gets sick. And there's nobody around you that's been sick. It may appear as head, I'm getting sort of like a humming of the head. I'm also getting the sense of your body will ask to move in a way that you probably haven't moved for a long time. So heads up, within the next month. Okay? And keep breathing. Practice your breath work between now and then. There's loads of stuff on the internet, but even if you can't be bothered finding anything on the internet, do a 4x4 breathing. Okay, so it's 4 in, hold for 4, 4 out, hold for 4, and do that. Do several cycles of that each day. Okay, this will help you to remember to come back to right now, come back to the present moment, and please don't go into trauma drama around it. You may require to ask for a little support from your spirit team, and they are more than happy to help you. So you've got this. You got this. Hope that helps. It's not often we get a heads up about an upgrade. Just saying. Out of all the upgrades that I've had, only one have I actually had a heads up about it. And I'm so, so glad that I did. because that one had me literally trying to fall asleep while I was driving, and I wasn't tired that morning. I was full of beans, and then all of a sudden, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it was just like click, something in my head just like bunk, and I'm just like, shit, no, and I'm slapping my face, and having the aircon on cold as, and she was a bit rough, that one. But anyway, just saying. All right. So thank you, Catherine. I hope that does help you. Julie. Julie. Yeah. Very exciting. It might look a bit rough, but it's exciting. It's easier on the other side, I can tell you that much. All right, Julie, you are the love of my life and my rock. You are the one who makes me laugh even when I'm crying. You are the one that I trust when everyone else is against me. You are my heart, you are my companion, you are my soul, and I love you. I think you require to hear that again. This is someone in the spirit world talking to you. So I'm going to say that again because they really wished you to hear this. Okay? You are the love of my life and my rock. You are the one who makes me laugh when I'm crying. You are the one that I trust when everyone else is against me. You are my heart. You are my companion. You are my soul. And I love you. And they're saying, I love you. 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 Don't forget, I love you. Never forget that I love you. And in case you didn't hear it the first 15 times, I love you. I'm still here for you and I'm still caring about you. And I love you. And you're lovable. And you deserve to have the biggest, most beautiful love in your world that you can possibly ever imagine. And they're a little bit worried. There is a thread of sort of concern rolling through their world about you, and they want you to know that they are there and that you can call on them to help, to be with them, like for them to be with you and surround you with love when you feel like you haven't got that. All the big changes that are happening in your world, they may not seem big to someone else, but they're really big to you, and that's what is important to acknowledge here. And you're okay. Divine timing. I just heard divine timing. Just remember it's divine timing, Julie. And I love you. They won't stop saying it. they're like surrounding you with love. So I'm just going to see if I can narrow down who it is, because okay, I'm hearing it's your grandfather. Your dad's dad. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah. He may not have been very verbose when he was alive, but he's definitely stepping up now. He far out. He loves you so much. So yes, bring him into your world a lot more. Perhaps for the new moon, just, yeah. No, I never met my dad's dad either, and yet he was one of the first of my spirit team. My granddad, Graham, passed when I was. He passed 6 months before I was born. So yeah, I get that sort of like, how does that work? But he's there. He's absolutely there, and that's obviously why he's being so like, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, because they can get a bit like that sometimes. I'm not great with names. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry, I can't do the name. That side of my mediumship skills I have to develop a little bit further. But yeah, he's very much there. So as I was saying, for the new moon, could you perhaps have a look at doing some sort of ceremony to celebrate your connection to your ancestry? Just the honoring of your ancestors, including him, allowing those for your highest and best to be acknowledged and brought forth and close to you. There are others that are floating around, but he's the one that has stepped forward really strongly. He's got a bit of a sense of humor on him. He's kind of quite chuffed. He's like, yay, finally. She knows that I love her. Oh, yay. You're fully supported, darling. And you will absolutely rock this next stage and space of your life. How does it get any better than that? I hope that helps, Julie, and I hope that it brings you a little bit of peace for moving forward with this next little bit. All right, so if anybody else who has not had a reading yet would like to choose a number between 1 and 88, I'm more than happy to do a couple of more free ones, and I'll just double check my emails just to see if anybody has paid for a reading. I haven't heard any ding-a-ling-a-lings come yet, but that's okay. 86. Okay, Lisa. Hot and steamy. Love it. Do you know, I have not looked at this particular poem in a very long time, so I'm happy to read this one for you. The possibilities of intimacy. Hi, Melinda. The delicious, intoxicating scent of you lingering on my skin, teasing my senses, delighting my memories, creating joyousness with every inhalation, dancing with me, enticing me, fingers touch lips, the imprint of yours on mine still lingers, the taste of your sweat, the smell of your essence, all senses tingling with delight. The look in your searching blue eyes as they energetically receive my unspoken love. The moment every cell relaxed as those magical words quietly tumble from my lips. Those words that have become pure and clear again, unadulterated by this reality. The vulnerability to utter, the trust of knowing, the honoring of body and being, the gratitude of contribution, the allowance of choice, creating magical moments where time and space are of no concern, the feather-light touch, the passionate kiss, the melting embrace, they are ours to indulge in sweet contribution. Whew. Wow. You are on fire, my girl. Well done. Well done for getting to this point in your life. And I say, go for it. Enjoy whatever this is for you, whatever space and place that is firing all of this within you. Just do it. Just fucking go for it, because even if it's only for a short time, you are going to receive so much goodness, so much contribution, so much opening with whatever this is. Okay? So go, have fun, enjoy, do all the things, and just be your juicy, delicious, sensual self. So selling the house and taking off, fucking A, yes, go. Mm-hmm. And yes, it will be. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, wow. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So what this poem was about, I'm actually going to read you the little blurb that I put at the bottom of most of the poems. The gratitude I have for this man who has held so much space for me to be vulnerable, to be nurtured, to be able to receive, and the gift of kindness and caring for each other, to share laughter and tears, to have allowance with one another and honoring of the other being. The level of consciousness we have with each other is incredible, and in this moment of 10-second living, who knows where it will end. For now, though, it is here and very much being enjoyed. It's like that delicious goddess sensuality is just oozing through every single line in that poem. And I just, I love that for you. I love that you're bringing that in and really, 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 really enjoying it. So let that continue to contribute to the rest of your life and your being and your journey, your space as you move forward. So I'm so glad I could read that one for you. It makes me want to go write more poems. All right. Melinda! Lovely, lovely, lovely girl. Righty-ho. Oh, okay. This is the second time this pop-up poem has popped up tonight. So let us see how this one rock and rolls for you. Oh, yeah. You are. You are the love of my life and my rock. You are the one who makes me laugh even when I'm crying. You are the one that I trust when everyone else is against me. You are my heart, you are my companion, you are my soul, and I love you. Linda, honey, other people's words that are sitting in your heart right now and in your taking up rent in your head, that is not making you feel greater, more expansive, more uplifted, you have to let them go, hun. The words that are sticking out for me, for you with this one, is even when I'm crying, when everyone else is against me. And those were the two lines that really stood out. And it's like, I get the sense that you're focusing way too much on the negative things that people may have said to you in most recent times. You're going to have to do some real, I don't like saying protection, but you've got to do and bring in something, a tool into your world that allows you to let that shit go. And the toxic, narcissistic stuff, the gaslighting, all the shit that this person is firing at you at the minute. You have to let it go. I get the sense you can't let the person go right now. There's an important reason for that. But the things that they say to you, you're going to have to figure out something really fucking fast to let that shit go. Like, do the tools, the destroy and uncreate. You've got to let it go, drop it down, drop that energy down into Mother Earth or up to the Father Sky, let it burn up in the fucking sun. Put it into, like, imagine pushing it out of your body and putting it into the fire. Free your heart. Stop letting this stuff take out rent in your room, in your head. It's blocking. You're allowing it to block your vision of you. And my ear has just started ringing. It's blocking. You're allowing this stuff to block your connection with your spirit team, with your energetic world, like the elementals. They're asking for you to come back to them. Your energy is going way too much out to this other person. They're sucking you. And it's time to stop that. To grow bigger than all of that. Okay? The other line that came down after me having to say all of that was, your higher self is saying, you are my heart. You are my companion. You are my soul, and I love you. Your higher self is trying to remind you that there is more to you than their opinion of you or the nasty, horrible things that they say. Come back to your heart. Spend some time, please, with people who do adore you, who love you, who will remind you of your magic. Spend some time with people who actually really nourish and nurture your soul and your being and your body. Give yourself some balance and to bring you to the present. Okay? It's funny how these poems work. Exactly the same poem, two completely different messages. So yes, you know what I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. Big deep breath in. And breathing out. And another big deep breath in. And as you breathe out, I want you to dump all of that crap, and everybody else can do this too, all that crap down into Mother Earth. Let her use it for other things, to be a greater contribution to someone else, to something else. You're welcome. We all require a kick up the butt sometimes. Brooke did it for me today. I paid for a reading today for Brooke, and he gave me a very good reading. It was a lovely kick up the ass. And that's generally why I actually might get a reading from someone else, is when I require that, little bit of like, I'm very aware that I'm going up into my head around stuff, and it's like, hey, who can I reach that will be able to, pull me out of my head? So yes, beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right, so delicious ones. I'm going to take us through a quick little meditation exercise now. And I'm going to take the banners off the bottom. So it's just us. And we're going to have a look at our heart space today, because we've had a lot of heart stuff today. From past granddads saying hi and I love you, to current people's putting daggers in to our lovely hearts. If I'd been using the tarot today, I can almost guarantee it would have been the Three of Hearts going. Not the Three of Hearts, it's the Three of Swords going through the heart. If we know that one. Okay. So take a big deep breath, my friends. Breathing that out, just letting the shoulders relax. Breathing in. Hold at the top for a little bit. And now breathing out. That's it. Well done. One more big deep breath in, bringing Mother Earth energy all the way up your body. And as you breathe out, bringing Father Sky all the way down through your body, from the crown to your fingertips and your toes. Now we'll expand out our awareness, out beyond our bodies, in a big bubble, up into the sky, down into the earth, expanding out our awareness, out beyond the size of the country that we're in, out beyond the size of the planet, beyond the size of the solar system, and the galaxies and the universes, out beyond wherever you've been before. Or if you're comfortable and you're happy just being out this far, then that's cool too. And now focusing on the body once again, and grab your sense of allowance and expand out your sense of allowance, remembering our sense of allowance is a space of being able to perceive, receive, know, and be from no point of view, where we can see the truth of stuff without getting caught up in the trauma and the drama and the emotions of it all. Expanding out our allowance beyond our bodies, up into the sky, down into the earth in a lovely big bubble, greater than the house that you're in or the building that you're in, greater than the country that you're in, greater than the planet, greater than the solar system, greater than the universes, greater than our awareness. You guys are getting really good at that. I'm so, so happy for you. And just remember, on a practical note, you can do this super quick if you have to. You can just say, I expand out beyond wherever I've been before. Boom, you'll be there. And then you take a lovely, big, deep breath in, bringing Mother Earth energy and all that crystalline energy all the way up through your body, allowing your muscles to relax, allowing your tendons and your sinews to relax. You might get a few little creaks and groans, a few little clicks and clacks. And as you're breathing out, bringing Father Sky and the gratitude for everything and everyone all the way down. Even if you don't really feel it right now, that's okay. And now I'd like you to focus on your heart chakra. And what I'm perceiving with you guys, with your heart chakras right now, is some of you out there have got big, huge walls built up around your hearts. Some of you have a few chains. Some of you have got thick concrete, almost metal walls around your hearts. And I invite you now to be the space of allowance with yourself, of forgiveness with yourself. And only take down, dissolve, eliminate, eradicate, let go of what you are comfortable doing. If that means just 1 or 2 bricks from the wall, that's okay. There is no judgment here. If you start taking out 1 or 2 bricks and that feels okay, and then you take out a few more, that's okay. And then all of a sudden you just go blam, and all of a sudden it's all gone. That's okay too. So as Mother Earth energy and the unconditional love of Mother Earth, of Source, of Gaia, of whatever you call it, moves, of the universe, moves up through your body, it gently tickles through your first chakra, your second chakra, your third chakra, moving up through and around your heart chakra. I'd like you to imagine now that this beautiful opalescent light of unconditional love is shining warmly on those chains that are around your heart, if that's what you have. And as it shines warmly, you start to perceive the chain, end of the chain. The end of the chain, if it's got a padlock there, imagine the key is coming from Father Sky and coming up through you to unlock that. And Mother Earth now takes that padlock, turns it into straight up energy, and allows it to move away. This exposes the end of the chain, and it's okay if this feels a bit vulnerable for you. It's okay if it feels a little bit unsettling. It's okay. Just keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. If you feel like you wish to put your hand on your heart, please feel free to do so. Bringing that energy of unconditional love through your arm, through your hand, and physically sitting on your heart space. If you have any other healing modalities that you play with, whether it be Reiki or anything else, feel free to have that contributing to this process too. Allowing all of those beautiful energies to work their way around the chains and melting them away as if they are candy under a hot, hot sun. For those of you who have brick walls, just allow yourself to let a couple of those bricks go. Have a big deep breath. While our people with the chains continue to melt their chains away. And every breath out blows some more of those bricks away. Breathing in And as you breathe unconditional love out from your mouth, it makes a few more of those bricks fall away, fall down to the open arms of Mother Earth and Father Sky, and those bricks are now transported magically away to become a contribution for something else. Keep breathing through, keep breathing through, keep breathing through. And for those of you who have metal boxes around your hearts, we're going to bring in the hot energy of Father Sky, of the sun, and mingle that with your breath and your hands. And imagine touching the top of that box. It's got hinges. You can put your hands over the hinges, and the heat of Father Sky, the heat of the unconditional love can now come through your arms down to those hinges and melt those hinges away. It moves over to the lock, and with the heat of your hands from Father Sky and the breath of your Mother Earth energy, it busts open that lock, and Mother Earth takes the lock away. And now with your hands burning brightly with all that energy of Father Sky, and your breath bringing the unconditional love of Mother Earth through, open that box. Bringing that box so that the lid is now completely detached, and take one big deep breath in, and as you breathe out, you breathe over that lid of the box, and it is taken up. It disintegrates and it leaves your space. To our brick wall people, if you feel the requirement of Father Sky to melt those bricks away, please use that. To the chains people, if you feel the requirement of using the Father Sky energy, please use it. If that helps you to move through those last little pieces of removing those bricks and getting rid of those chains, please do. To the middle box people, I'd like you to now reach in to that box and pull out your heart. To the chains people and the brick people, I'd like you to do the same. Reach into the center of your spaces, of your heart spaces, and gently cradle your hearts. Rub your thumbs lightly over all of the vessels of your heart space. Perceive the magic flowing through your body right now, in whatever form that takes. The contribution of Mother Earth and Father Sky mingling now. That beautiful pink, the white and the red coming together to create that beautiful love. Perceive the heart space. Perceive your heart in your hands. Heal your heart. Brushing away all of those dead, dark spots. Allow your fingers and your thumbs and your breath to release all and everything that has contributed to your heart feeling like it had to be locked up, locked away, hidden, and never seen again. Acknowledge the beauty of your heart. Acknowledge the gift that you truly be with this beautiful, loving, beating, strong heart of yours. The gift of your caring, the gift of your love, your unconditional love. And now I'd like you to give that heart just a tiny squeeze. And squeeze that tiny, teeny, tiny little bit, because it's already beating so strong. And that teeny, tiny little squeeze is just going to release up any other little energies that are hidden within. Any little spaces and places where you felt you had to hide away that pain, that shock, that trauma, that horridness. Let it come out. Just going to take a couple of big, deep breaths now. In pure reverence of your beautiful, beautiful heart. And now I'd like to invite you to gently brush aside any remaining bricks, any remaining chains, if there are any, and that big old steel box. Brush it aside now as if it's as light as a feather. And very gently, with the love of a newborn child, the magic that is flowing out of your hands and through your breath, I'd like you to replace your heart in the center of your heart chakra. Ooh. And watch as your heart chakra now grows and pumps with that beautiful energy, that potent magic that you truly be through your entire heart chakra. Perceive that energy as it now flows out from your body, through your entire room, through your entire space, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, through every cell and molecule of every single thing that is around you right now. Feel the hum of your heart. Take a big deep breath in and out. Feel the power that is now within you, that is you. Feel your potency, acknowledge your potency. You may feel the anger that is bubbling up right now. That is nothing but potency. So breathe that through as well. Yes, 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 yes. Now take a big deep breath and feel your softness. Perceive the gift of your softness through every cell and molecule. The gift of your heart. The gift that is truly you. Expand it out. Expand out your potency and your softness and your gentleness and your kindness and your incredible, incredible heart. The magic that you truly be. Expand that out as far as you choose. If that's as large as where your awareness and your allowances, then go for it. If it's as large as the planet, then that's absolutely okay too. Go for where you feel the most powerful, the most comfortable, the most delicious, the most sensual, the most incredible version of you you can possibly imagine. One more deep breath in, bringing Mother Earth all the way up and through, and feel the difference in your body as you do so. And bringing Father Sky energy all the way down. And again, feeling the difference in your muscles, your bones, all the way down your body. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Returning your breathing to normal now. Giving you that gift of peace and relaxation, of happiness, of joyfulness, of lusciousness and deliciousness through every cell and molecule of your body. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Well done to those of you who stuck around. I encourage you deeply now to please go have some water. If you are feeling a little bit snacky, it could be because you might be requiring some salt and some sugar. We use salt and water when we're detoxing, and when we do energy work, we do a lot of detoxing. And when we are doing that work, we require hydration and energization. So that's where the sugar and the water, or the glucose, comes in. So please nourish and nurture yourself. Enjoy the space. I don't know about you, but I feel like I could take on the world right now. How does it get any better? Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed that, Julie. That was so different, wasn't it? I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Alrighty, gorgeous ones. I am going to run away now. I am not sure what I'm going to do with myself. I'll figure it out in a minute. But I highly encourage you to get out there over the weekend, do something tasty for yourself. Be aware of the energies around you, but just keep coming back to your heart. Come back to source. Remember who you are, because you're freaking amazing, magical, incredible beings. And you know how I know that? Because you're here with me right now. So get out there, do something absolutely juicy and tasty for yourself. And until I see you next time, be bold, be brave, be you, my beautiful friends. I'll see you soon. Mwah.